Connection is why we are here. It's what gives purpose and meaning to our lives, you know? We are really hardwired for it. From the moment we're born to the moment we're old, we crave belonging. We want to be seen. We want to be heard. We want to be valued. But honestly, true connection is not always easy. It takes courage. It asks us to show up and let ourselves be seen, even when we're scared. It calls for vulnerability. It asks for sharing our stories. It asks for listening with our whole hearts. Let's start with this simple truth from Theodore Roosevelt. Comparison is the thief of joy. I remember scrolling through photos online one evening. Everyone seemed to be on amazing vacations or celebrating huge successes. I started to feel small. My joy was draining away with every swipe. Then I put my phone down and looked at my sleeping dog, curled up by my feet. I thought about the good conversation I had with a friend that afternoon. Another powerful guidepost comes from Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. I once had a teacher in high school who wasn't known for flashy lessons. What I remember most was how she would greet every student at the door with a genuine smile. I don't recall a single lecture topic, but I remember feeling seen. I remember feeling valued. Her simple act of kindness created a safe space where we all felt we belonged. Before we can truly connect with others, we have to first learn to connect with ourselves. Consider this wisdom from Carl Jung: who looks outside, dreams; who looks inside, awakes. For years, I believed happiness was something I had to find outside of myself. The moment I started looking inward through journaling and quiet reflection, everything shifted. Another beautiful reminder comes from Kristin Neff, a researcher on self-compassion. The curious paradox is that when I accept myself just as I am, then I can change. I used to be really critical of myself, especially when I made a mistake. Instead of berating myself, I said, "That was tough, and you feel disappointed. It's okay. You did your best." In that moment of self-acceptance, I felt a sense of calm. Empathy is the bridge that connects us to one another. It's not about fixing someone's pain or offering easy solutions. It's about climbing down into the hole with them, sitting beside them in the dark, whispering, "You are not alone." Let's explore this quote from Atticus Finch. You never really understand a person until you consider things from his point of view, until you climb into his skin and walk around in it. I once had a conflict with a coworker who seemed distant and uncooperative. My initial reaction was frustration, but then I tried to see the situation from their perspective. By stepping into their shoes, my frustration melted away and was replaced by compassion. Our relationship improved dramatically once I approached them with understanding instead of judgment. There is also this profound insight from Simone Weil. Attention is the rarest and purest form of generosity. A friend of mine was going through a difficult time. Finally, I just stopped talking and started listening. I put my phone away, made eye contact, and gave her my undivided attention. Afterward, she hugged me and said, "Thank you. That's what I needed most." Belonging is the innate human desire to be part of something larger than ourselves. It's not the same as fitting in. True belonging is about being accepted for who you are. Creating spaces of belonging for others is one of the greatest gifts we can offer. It means being inclusive, celebrating differences, and making sure everyone has a seat at the table. Consider this quote from L.R. Knost. It's not our job to toughen our children up to face a cruel and heartless world. It's our job to raise children who will make the world a little less cruel and heartless. And here's a beautiful truth from the poet John O'Donohue. One of the most beautiful gifts in the world is the gift of encouragement. When someone encourages you, that person helps you over a threshold you might otherwise never have crossed. I was terrified of public speaking. The night of a storytelling event, my friend said, "I know you're scared, but your story is worth sharing. I'll be in the front row cheering for you." Her encouragement was the gentle push I needed. Living a connected life is an ongoing practice. It's a daily choice to show up with an open heart. The beauty of this practice is that it creates a ripple effect. When we choose to live with more connection, we inspire others to do the same. Let's reflect on this quote from Ram Dass. We're all just walking each other home. We are not in competition with one another. We're all companions on the same road, just trying to find our way. Finally, let me end with my own belief. Vulnerability is not weakness. It's our greatest measure of courage. The bravest thing I have ever done is to let those walls down, piece by piece. To share my story, to admit when I am struggling, to ask for help. It's in those moments of vulnerability that I have found my deepest connections and my truest strength. I encourage you to embrace your own vulnerability. It is where the magic happens.